What's up everyone, it's Zydash here and welcome back to another tutorial video where today I'm going to be showing you guys how to make a thumbnail like another large Minecraft YouTuber. So I've been given several suggestions from the comment section on my two previous videos, and you guys said Unspeakable Gaming. So I'm going to do the first one, which is Unspeakable Gaming, which was suggested before anything else. So if you guys are excited about more tutorials on how to make YouTubers thumbnails, then you can show your support by leaving a like down below or even subscribing for more. I really hope you consider it because it really helps me out and, you know, encourages me to make more videos on the channel. So without further ado, let's get straight into the tutorial. Alright, so Unspeakable Gaming and PRESTONPLAYZ has a similar way of making their thumbnails for YouTube. You know, nice, bright, sharp, clean, simple, not that many layers. But Unspeakable Gaming's, I think his thumbnails are a little bit simpler than Preston's. Some of them only require a screenshot with added brightness and contrast, which will be on the screen right now, you guys, so you guys can get an idea if you haven't seen this channel before. So that's what we're going to try to do. We're going to try to do a simple thumbnail based off of one of his thumbnails that he has done previously. So what you're going to need is Minecraft, of course. You're going to need Photoshop, and you're going to need the custom NPCs mod and a way to get skin URLs or skins downloaded to your computer, so we can add those to the NPCs that we spawn in. So links to all of these will be in the description below. So we're gonna start off by getting our screenshot for the thumbnail. So you can start off by opening up Minecraft and make sure you have Forge installed so that you can have the mods enabled. There's lots of tutorials on how to install Forge and the mods that go with Forge as well. So after you got your Minecraft opened, you can just start up by going into a single player world. This is where you're going to get your screenshot. For this particular thumbnail, we're going to get a screenshot of, you know, a whole bunch of diamonds on a cave. You know, in a little cave system. Doesn't need to be big, so I've done that off camera right here. So, you know, this is gonna be like the center of the thumbnail, which is like, you know, I wouldn't say it's clickbaity because it's only like 12 diamonds here, but it's just to like show the point that there's gonna be lots of diamonds that in this particular video. Now, Unspeakable Gaming doesn't really use texture packs in its thumbnails, but I like texture packs because it makes everything look cleaner, since it's a 64x64 that I'm using. First off, we need to spawn this NPC for the thumbnail. So, you know, go into your inventory in creative mode, and you're gonna see a 1 out of 2 and 2 out of 2, which will show that you installed the custom NPCs mod correctly. So these are the custom NPC tools. All you need to worry about is the NPC wand, which looks like a wooden hoe with a burgundy tone to it. I'm just gonna set the time to day because why not? And so this is how we're gonna spawn our NPCs. So you right click the ground where you want them. Make sure you hide the name. Living animation, I don't think it really matters. And now to make them actually pose, let me actually get out the stuff we need. We're gonna give him a pickaxe. So let's do that right now. I'm gonna give him an iron pickaxe. And now right click him, go to the tab that says inventory and put the pickaxe right there where the sword is, because that's always the item that shows up first. And now we're going to go to advanced and go to the second area here. Click the left arrow 3 times, 1, 2, 3, or until you get to puppet. Now after puppet is selected, we're gonna hit edit, and now this is where we can like pose everything. So we want his head to look up and slightly to the right. Okay, so we're gonna click edit head. I'm not sure why it always does that when you click edit, always tilts it, but I think you changed the X and Y's. So we're gonna choose the X, put it to the left so it goes up. So 149 sounds good. And now for the Y is left and right. So we also want to move that to the left, not too far to the left though. And yeah, that's it. So let's see if it seems good. And you can always make him face you by right clicking him, and that's like the right time to, you know, take your screenshot. Okay, I'm gonna move his head a little more to the right, so I'm gonna go back to that. Did it again. I'm not sure why it keeps on doing that. Okay, so around 121, and you guys can just copy this because it's only about the head that you need to worry about. Okay, so to change his skin, we're just gonna go to where it says texture, click that until it says URL. For this, you're going to use a browser. So open up Google Chrome, type in minecraft.novaskin.me, and this is where you can get your skin URLs, and this is one of the only websites that works. So Unspeakable Gaming really likes to use noob skins, so all you got to do is go to where it says player name, URL, or search, and type in noob, hit enter, and we're gonna choose the first one right here. So this is skin, and the skin URL pops up here. So we're going to click this, hit Control A and Control C to copy, and now we're gonna go back to our Minecraft and hit Control V to paste it, and that should change the skin. This is basically all we need for the thumbnail though. So yeah, once you do those two steps, you are done. Right click him so he looks at you, and hit F1 and take a screenshot. And I advise you to take multiple screenshots at once when he's looking that way, just in case the first one isn't as good. So now that we've done that, we can start working on the actual thumbnail. So we're gonna head into Photoshop right now. Once you got Photoshop open up, you know the deal. Go to File, click New, and change it to whatever you do. I'm gonna call it tutorial 3 because I've done 2 other tutorials so far, and I have a preset called thumbnails, which automatically makes it 1920 by 1080 pixels. Make sure it's set to pixels. Once you do that, hit OK, and you can always set it to 720p, which is 1280 by 720, just in case the file size might be large. So we're gonna click File again. If you're on CC, which is the Creative Cloud version of Photoshop, you're gonna see Place Embedded. If it's regular CSS or CS5, you're gonna see Place. So for me, we're gonna click Place Embedded, and I'm going to look for the screenshots that we got from our Minecraft. I'm gonna get both of them just in case I'm not satisfied with this first one. Let's see which one we're gonna use. This one is more like, enclosed, and this one is a bit farther out, and there's lots of unwanted space that we have at the top where the dirt, and you can see everything. So we're gonna use this one. So I'm gonna delete this one and hit Control and T so you can transform it, and hit Shift and click on one of the corners and drag it all the way to the bottom like this, so it takes up everything. And now I'm also going to make it a little bit bigger so that we don't see that dirt up there, and I'm going to adjust this later. What we're gonna do now is trace out the diamonds so that it is highlighted, the highlighted part of the thumbnail. So to do that, all you gotta do is go over here and click your polygonal lasso tool. Now we're going to hit Alt and use your scroll wheel to zoom in or out, and we're just gonna trace out these diamonds. And once we do that, then we can move on to the next step. Alright, now that we've done that, first of all, we need to rasterize this layer so that we can edit it. So right click the layer, click rasterize, and you're done. And now have your mouse over this, the part that we cut out, hit Control C and Control V, and now we've done that. We've made this a new thing, and it looks ugly now when you do that, but have no fear because we're gonna make it look nice right now. So you're gonna double click this so that you get all the effects that you can add to this layer, and we're just gonna add a stroke to it, a stroke like that, and you see how it pops out already, but we're going to lower this stroke a little bit so that it's not, you know, outrageous. And that seems good, but we're gonna change the color to match the color of diamonds, you know. So we're going to click color, so click the white. And the good thing about Photoshop is that if you go anywhere out of here, it turns into an eyedropper tool, so you can like select any color that is already on here like that. But that's too dark, so we're gonna try another shade on the diamonds. Not really what I want, so I think we're gonna have to do this manually. Alright, once you find the color that you're satisfied with, you're gonna go ahead and click OK, and that's all we gotta do for the diamonds. He also likes to use arrows like PRESTONPLAYZ, so that's what we're gonna add next. So what you're gonna do is go all the way down to your tools and click the custom shape tool. Now it might be selected the rectangular tool by default, so to change it, all you gotta do is press and hold it, and you can go, and it's all the way at the bottom. Now after you do that, you go up here where the shapes are, and you can select the shape, which is going to be the arrow tool, which is all the way at the top. So after you do that, just select it, and we're gonna, you know, draw it out. Click anywhere on your screen, hold, and draw it out like this. Now make sure it's proportional at least, but it doesn't need to be the right size at first because you can always change it. Now to make it red, we're gonna go to fill, click the black box, and you're gonna click the red, the darker red that is, and we're gonna get rid of the stroke because we're gonna add our own stroke. So go here and click the white box with the red slash in it and show that you're disabling it, and you're gonna see like this faint gray outline with all these dots on every corner. So just hit enter to get rid of those. And now we're gonna make it face this way to where the diamonds are. So to do that, all you gotta do is hit Control T, and now click that and hit flip horizontal, so that way. Okay, so now that we've done that, we can, you know, move it up here, and we're gonna rotate it so it's pointing towards the diamonds. So I hit shift and go out here and rotate it just like that. Okay, I'm actually gonna adjust this a little bit. There we go, and I guess that should be good. And now Unspeakable Gaming also likes to, you know, add a drop shadow, no, actually a stroke and a drop shadow to his arrows, and also the text, which we're going to add right after this. So we're going to do that right now. So double click the layer, the arrow layer, which is shape 1. I'm going to move this over here so you guys can see it. So first of all, we're going to hit the stroke, click color, and set that to white. And I think this stroke is already good enough, good thickness, but you guys can change it to whatever you like. And we're going to go to drop shadow, and we're gonna set the spread to somewhere high, like 60 is good. And we're gonna change the distance, so just like that, adjust the distance, and we're gonna have to change the size. Oh yeah, that's perfect. I might actually start using this in my thumbnail. So reduce the distance again, and that should be good, I guess. Yeah. Okay, now once you're done with that, click OK. And now we're gonna add the text. So go down here, click T, and click anywhere on your screen, and we're gonna hit, like, you can like put any number you want because that's what he did in his thumbnail. So we can do, like, I don't know, he put 64, but if you guys want to, you know, like put an outrageous number like 1,000 or 124, as long as you actually get that number of diamonds in the video, whatever video, then it's fine. But we're just gonna put 64 because he put 64. So once you're done with that, you're gonna select the whole thing and change the color to yellow because he likes using yellow text in his thumbnails, and I think that's actually the yellow or somewhere close to the yellow that he uses, but I'm gonna make it a bit darker. It's a little too green. still too green. And yeah, that's it, I think. Alright, I also added a plus, but I'm also using the cartoonist font, just so you guys know, which will also be in the description. So, but for this one, I had to use the bold font because it's not supported by the cartoonist font. So keep that in mind if you're adding a plus, just like he did, to change it to the bold font, which will also be in the description for you guys. So we're gonna make this a little bit bigger and click check mark, and now we're gonna go to the move tool, which is at the top, and move that here. Now he also adds a drop shadow for his text in this video, so we're gonna double click the 64 plus and go all the way to drop shadow once again. And for this, for the most part, all we got to do is move it a little bit up by moving the distance down, and probably the size so that's a little sharper, because I just noticed now that when you lower the size, the edges get sharper, which is pretty cool. You can also adjust the spread too, and by the looks of it, it'll also get sharper when you raise the spread. So I might adjust this later on, not now, for the arrow. And guys, this is basically it for the thumbnail. Like you guys, it's not limited to what Unspeakable Gaming does. Like you can do other stuff, like add a stroke around this by tracing him out and just going and adding a stroke or an outer glow or something. Like it's not limited to just what he does. And you guys can see it's pretty simple. Like from one screenshot of Minecraft, we could do all of this. Now what I'm gonna do is what he also does is go to adjustments and click brightness and contrast, which is the sun symbol, and just move this so it goes only on the screenshot, and adjust the brightness to make it brighter. And you see it looks more welcoming. Like you can't just rely on the natural brightness of your Minecraft, because it looks a little bit sketchy, and this looks way more appealing visually because everything looks bright basically. So you guys can do that if you feel like it, but if it's too bright, then you don't have to, but that's just a personal preference. Alright, I just did a minor adjustment to the shadow of the arrow, and we are done, guys. This is the thumbnail right here. So it looks nice in my opinion. Unspeakable Gaming, you sir know how to make your thumbnails look nice but simple at the same time. So all of you guys, thank you all so much for watching this tutorial. If you guys want to see more, just comment down your suggestions down below. And you guys also please do subscribe, because you know we're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers as soon as possible, and it can only be done through your contribution. So you know, be proud of that. You guys can, you know, make a difference. If one person subscribes, we'll be closer to that goal. So thank you all so much for watching. Have an enjoyable day, and I'll see you guys in the very next tutorial. Peace